Listen, my friend. You passed a lot of people up, okay? You passed a lot of people up, and it wasn't that you were competing. It wasn't that you were trying to go up against everybody. But it's because of the simple fact that you got real about your life. You know, you started planning your dreams and your goals, and you wanted your life to change. You didn't want to live the same old way. And you see, those people who were once ahead of you, you have passed them up, my friend. They are literally looking at you like, what? How he do that? How she do that? You see, my friend, you passed a lot of people up because you didn't complain, okay? There were times and points in your life where you were struggling so bad to the point where you literally broke down and you cried like a baby, my friend. Like it broke you to the core. And you see, in that brokenness and in that waiting season, my friend, God was strengthening a part of you deep down in the inside because he was getting you and preparing you and getting you ready for this season that you were about to step in your life. And everybody that was doing better than you at a time and point, you are now doing way better than them. You passed a lot of people up, my friend, because you see, a lot of people tried to really go up against you. People were competing with you, okay? People have literally tried all of their life to compete with you, to see who can do what better. But see, that was never the case with you. You were always this person who was just living your life to the fullest as best as you can. You wasn't out here trying to really show off and outdo people because you know what it feels like not to have nothing, my friend. You already know what's up. And see, you have passed a lot of people up because you were patient. You were praying to the good Lord Almighty God, okay? You were waiting patiently. You were seeking, knocking, okay? And God finally said, you know what? I'm going to open this door. And I'm going to pour out the floodgates of heaven upon my child because I see my child was patient. My child waited on me. And the moment God started blessing you and sending in these miracles and restoring you and renewing you, you never look back ever since. And I'm proud of you because you have done so much more than what you thought that you wasn't doing. You did a whole bunch of things that you literally felt like you wasn't doing. You thought you wasn't being a good parent. You thought you was the worst parent. You thought that you wasn't living your life right. You thought that, you were just living wrong, period. Like your life was not on track. But in the midst of feeling that way, my friend, you see, you didn't even know what God was doing behind the scenes. God was going before you, my friend, and he was preparing your table before you in the presence of your enemies. Now that you have started to pop out and you're walking by faith and you are being obedient to God's word and you are trusting the process, everybody is now looking at you like, wow. Like, I remember when he or she was doing so bad, and like, look at them now. They got a nice car, they got a good job, they got a nice home, they got a nice apartment, they're doing good for themselves. They don't gotta ask nobody for nothing no more. And see, that's how people are looking at you because you're such an independent person to the point where you don't like asking people for help. And even when you're struggling and at your lowest, you will not ask. You will not ask nobody for nothing, my friend. I know you don't. Because you don't want people to throw it back in your face and say, oh, I helped you, I did that. And then just for the most part, you just don't want to ask people for help. You rather get it done by yourself. You passed a lot of people up, my friend, okay? Like I said, you were waiting so patient. And there were people that was literally sitting there laughing at you when you were literally going through your most worst and vulnerablest moments. It was to the point, my friend, when you had to literally heal yourself, work on yourself. You were sitting there licking your own wounds because wasn't nobody going to lick them for you. Wasn't nobody going to doctor on you and help you get better. You had to literally sit in that hospital. You had to literally sit at home sick and hurting and in pain. And didn't nobody come come and check on you? Didn't nobody call you? Didn't nobody stop by and visit you, my friend? And that's why I'm telling you, at your lowest moments, this is why you have passed a lot of people up, because you were patient. Even though it hurted you so bad, even though you wanted to cuss this person, that person, even though through the worry, through the doubt, through the fear, through the frustration, through the anxiety, through the depression, okay? Even when anxiousness tried to creep in, God already told you, my friend, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing, my friend. Good things always come to those who wait, my friend. And you see, you have passed a lot of people up because a lot of people have talked about you and threw dirt on your name. Okay? And you just shook that dust off. You shook that dust off your feet. And you kept on walking. And you kept on going and not looking back, not thinking twice. Because you know it ain't nothing back there. But God sees everything that's right here in your present moment and everything that's ahead of you. You see, my friend, you passed a lot of people up because, see, a lot of people don't want you to know how smart you are, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, how intelligent you are, how you can pronounce these big words, like your vocabulary and the way that you speak, the tone of your voice is so like different and it's very unique. Everything about you is different, from the way you walk to the way you talk, okay? Even to the way you dress, you got your own unique style. You see, and you are passing a lot of people up because you are choosing to be yourself in this life. You are choosing to be all that God called you to be, okay? You are all that you are because of who you are, my friend. And this is why a lot of people can't stand you when you step in the building. This is why a lot of people can't stand you when you come around, because your presence speaks volumes without you even having to say nothing, my friend. See, you have passed a lot of people up. Like I say, they literally were sitting on the sidelines, literally laughing and watching your every move and saying, she think she doing something, he think he doing something. Oh, they ain't gonna never do this. They ain't gonna never do that. But the whole time, God was working. God was working. God was hearing all the conversations and whispers that was being held behind your back. Okay? God heard it and he seen it all. Okay? He sure did. So don't you ever walk this life feeling like you're nothing. Because God says that you are everything, my friend. You have passed a lot of people up, my friend. You see, my friend, you have passed a lot of people up. You know why? Because the people that you loved dearly, the people that you loved the most, you had to let them go. You had to let them go. They could not go with you. You had to leave these people behind, my friend. And although it hurted you so bad because you really wanted them to go with you, but you understood the assignment, my friend. You see, you knew that they were trying to pull you back. And God was saying, no, my child, come this way. And they kept trying to pull you and draw you back and just bring you down to your lowest. And you already know what that came with. You started to realize that maybe you were gaining weight, maybe you were losing weight, maybe you were stressing about things that you shouldn't have been stressing about. You were being around people you shouldn't have even been around, family and fake friends and people that's trying to tell you the wrong things because they see how your light is shining and they see how much you're trying to be for God and how you're trying to strive in this life and thrive to make better choices and decisions. But see, you had people in your circle that didn't want you to live up to those goals and dreams. They didn't want you to experience those things. But now, my friend, you are working towards something much bigger and something much better. And see, these people can't go. And that's why I'm saying you have passed a lot of people up. Y'all, it was a bug. But you have passed a lot of people up, you see. And they are upset. they can't stand it because they still trying to figure out how are you getting things done. How are you still choosing to go to that job every day? How are you taking care of those kids every day? How are you being able to maintain and balance your work, your job, your children, your relationships, your household, your vehicle? How are you doing all of these things in your day-to-day life? How are you still going? How are you making it through this life and you haven't lost anything? Nothing hasn't got repoed. You haven't got evicted yet. Like, you have been through those things, my friend, but you see, God has something much bigger and better for you in the process. And I'm just trying to tell you, my friend, that you have passed a lot of people up, and a lot of people are wishing that they were still your friend. A lot of people are wishing that you were still in a relationship. A lot of people are wishing that you were still involved in that family. But we don't want to be around toxic people, toxic family, toxic friends. You see, my friend, you have passed, you are passing a lot of people up, my friend, because for the simple fact that everywhere you go, people want to know who you are, okay? Y'all remember that little old song growing up as a kid, and it went just like that. They said, everywhere we go, people want to know who we are, so we tell them. I tell them I'm a child of God from my head to my toes. Yeah, let me quit playing. But yeah, I just added that part on. But yes, we do end up telling them that we're a child of God. You see, my friend, you have passed a lot of people up because you notice that when you let these people go, you notice that your life got so much better. Like, you may have been struggling to pay your bills. You may have got an eviction letter. Your phone or something may have got cut off. Your lights or something may have got cut off. You could have been missing payments on your car. You could have been getting into it with one of your family or friends or having bad relationships. But you notice when you let certain people go out of your life, you realized how much your life got better. And it's because you have passed these people up. You have let these people go, and you are choosing to continue to keep walking in your purpose and living out in the present moment that you are in. You are not choosing to dwell on the past. You are choosing to wait on God and take each day, each step at a time. All right, my friend? Because no matter what you do, no matter what you go through, you will always continue to keep passing these people up because you are a child of God. You love the Lord, and God is not going to allow anybody to be in your circle that is not on the same type of vibration that you are on, my friend.